Hello and welcome. Am I going to check the volumes on this video? Probably not. So enjoy whatever the volumes currently sound like. It is Tuesday. I hope you're all having a wonderful week. I want to make more videos where I just kind of talk about general things in art and learning strategies. I don't think I have much to add with regards to tutorials that don't already exist out there. But I find sometimes with regards to the strategy or the philosophy, no, not philosophy at all, but with regards to just the act of learning art, there aren't as many videos, and so I think this could be just a topic I can actually talk about a little bit and give you something to think about. What I want to talk about today, this is not mine by the way, what you are looking at on the screen I got off of ArtStation and is by InShoo, IN space SHOO. So that's who this is. And what I wanted to talk about today was the importance of taking time to look at art. And maybe that sounds like a bit of an obvious thing, and maybe it's only me that doesn't do this nearly enough. But I find sometimes when I'm studying and practicing and painting, you kind of get into this habit where the only art you're really taking in is reference photos or art pieces that you're looking at for reference, because you're looking for something specific. And sometimes you can get into your own little world when those are the only things you observe, and your art kind of gets into a rut where you are your way of thinking is very limited. Like you think there's only one way of doing something when there's lots of different ways of doing it. And I find that taking the time to just go on ArtStation or Twitter and just looking at professional art can really help you to reevaluate how you work and your own art, and it will just give you ideas of things that you can do. Like I was looking through ArtStation today, and something that I really started noticing as I was scrolling through all of this art was just how desaturated the artists had decided to make their characters, and especially in this case, like if we look at this woman here, this is literally white. This is literally, what is the hex code for this? 0000? I can't remember. This is literally white. And if we just color pick through here, there is not much going on. And some people would say this is wrong. And normally, yes, when you are painting a face, like there are lots of colors down in here, like these dark oranges and close to yellows and reds that we should really be making use of. But in this case, I think the person thought it would be too much. I mean, I can't get into this person's head, but I'm just trying to imagine it if she painted in this face realistically. And I think the competition between the oranges for the face and then the oranges for the headdress and the hair and then the lipstick, I think it would kind of make the face get lost a little bit, and it would just be too much red. But the artist made the decision to make this just white. And it really, really works. And it was a good idea. And honestly, I would not have done this. I would have started here with my colors for this woman, and then I would have, oh, can you even see you can't see my color picker. Well, I would have started in the dark oranges and then added my lights on top of that. But it wouldn't have worked. I really don't think it would have worked. I want to paint on top of this and just see what it would look like. But I think that this is 100% the right decision. And I had never thought about just ignoring what I know about local color of an object in order to help the composition. But this is definitely a strategy that I am going to use now. And I learned about this because I was looking at art. And not just scrolling through it mindlessly, but stopping and giving each piece a look and seeing what the artist had done. There was some more that I noticed. This is a nice little, what do we call it when we paint someone's face and nothing else? Portrait by, I can't pronounce this guy's name, Gzegers Przbys. I butchered his name. It must be European. Anyway, he's a pro and we can see it. And the thing that I like about this face is look at these huge swaths of unsaturated highlights. Incredibly, incredibly desaturated highlights. And it's good because it doesn't overwhelm you with saturation. If we check, yeah, this is incredibly desaturated. Incredibly desaturated. These are all orange, reddish purples, and this is a desaturated blue. So, again, when I am painting from now on, I think I'm going to make it a point to try and include big desaturated planes in my faces, because I think it will really help my portraits or my skin colors to not be too overwhelmed with saturation. There's one more that I saw that I really liked. What is this person's name? Give me a moment. Dong Lu Yu. I'm probably also pronouncing that one wrong as well. But again, look, this is a very high key painting. Really, like these are some pretty saturated colors in here, I believe. This one looks, yeah, this is pretty saturated. But actually, no, it's not too saturated now that I'm looking at it. But it looks really saturated, doesn't it? And the reason why, look at these huge desaturated planes. This is just white. This is literally just white. And they've just stuck that in there, and it really helps these not so saturated pieces. I'm just noticing this now because I didn't take the color picker to it before, but it makes these not so saturated pieces look really saturated without being overwhelming. But if they had not had these huge desaturated planes, and this is also very desaturated in the shadow here, it would not have this effect, 100%, and it would not look nearly as striking. So this is really good, and I have never put on planes of white like this. I've always kind of just thought in my head. I got into that mental rut that this would be too much, and there's no way you could get away with it. Like whenever I do highlights, I always take like the tiniest pencil or pen and just do a tiny little line. But no, you can go nuts. And it will really make your midtones pop with saturation, even though they're not too saturated. But the point I wanted to talk to you all about today was not this specific point, even though this is a good point, and I'm going to start doing this now. But I would not have found this if I was not just scrolling through ArtStation, really looking at art instead of just painting. Observation is probably one of the most important. I'm going to say it is. You can fight me in the comments. and I'd be happy to hear your viewpoints. But observation, I believe, is the most important thing if you're learning art. And taking time to stop painting, to stop practicing, and just look at professional art and appreciate it and try to figure out what the artist is doing. I think that some days, that will probably have much more of an impact on your art than just sitting at the tablet scraping out practice. So yeah, observe. Take time to take in art, to look at art, and try to find out what you can learn from other people's stuff. And that's pretty much all that I wanted to say today. I guess I should shell the Patreon. We got two patrons. And yeah, if you want to come to the Patreon, we have art lessons. It's a very exciting time. And can we get it in here? There we go. It's an exciting time. It's not. Oh look, I'm not sure I'm supposed to show that part. That's how much I make a month. Anyway, yes, monthly art classes on the Patreon if you want to get in on that. Deca Digital Painting on Patreon. But other than that, I hope that you all have yourselves a wonderful one. Put down the pencil from time to time and look at ArtStation or wherever else you want to look. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Much love. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. We'll see you next time. Bye, bye-bye.